So at the time I was, spending a lot of time online. Really, again, there was only 7 months. It was a very short period of time. We already had the date and nothing else. And I went online. I'm sure you've heard of the site Knot.com, theknot.com, and started looking at different options. Caterers, designers, whatever it may be, and saw the ad for the upper crust, and I just was honestly just struck immediately. I was like, this looks really professional. Like, I can't describe it. It was just I just knew something good would come out of this place. And so made appointments to 2 other places, and this actually was the last of the 3 places that we visited. The other 2 were there was no chance. It was not up to snuff at all. And I came here and basically I immediately won over. I mean, I can't, by Dan himself, of course, did a wonderful presentation. He's a fantastic person, such a great personality. Really, I felt great just after the first meeting. I remember saying that when we left, and I was like, this feels really good. There's something about this feels right, And then I believe we came back kind of to talk again in more detail, and we tried a little bit of the food, a little bit of sampling, and it was just fantastic. I mean, it really met all of our expectations, and I mean, it was done right there. I mean, because it was the whole package.
She, specifically wanted a wedding that not only sort of reflected the diversity and sort of living in the city, but represented, the 2 of us, because we, I come from a different background. I come from Michigan. She comes from New Jersey, but we met in New York City.
And we come from different cultural backgrounds.
Yeah, different cultural.
I'm Middle Eastern, and he's African American, and so we wanted to make sure those things were represented, and also the fact that we have friends from all different backgrounds. Yeah, I think we took on a lot of extra work, but it was certainly worth it. And and the guests that were there, I mean, they made it very clear that they thought it was great and so different than anything they'd ever been to, and that's really ultimately what we wanted. Second to the fact that everyone had a great time, which they did.
In addition to having her friend John Legend sing the first dance for the processional while the bridesmaids were walking down the aisle, we had a group of our friends. She was in 2 singing groups in law school and college. I was in a singing group in college, and our friends who were invited to the wedding got together and they learned an arrangement of "Ready for Love," the song that I sang for her, when I proposed, and so they sang a version of that while all of the bridesmaids were walking down the aisle, and it was breathtaking.
It was perfect.
It was so beautiful.
Yeah. And it ended right when I got to the front. It was like, it's perfect. One thing that really made a huge difference for us is after the ceremony, really we went right into a cocktail hour, and Dan insisted that we have like a 10-minute, basically like a break. He's like, have a 10-minute break, you'll go into your private room and we'll have all of the past hors d'oeuvres in there for you, which of course,
one of each.
Right, which we just inhaled. And I'm really glad we did, because we didn't get a chance to eat during the cocktail hour at all, not a thing. And so little things like that, that aren't always kind of built in. And of course the fact that the food was fantastic, and we had just been married, I don't know, it was just such a...
Very thoughtful.
Yeah, it was very thoughtful, and it was such a perfect way to kind of transition.
Nuran had this notion that she wanted to have a gallery, sort of an art gallery, as the cocktail hour experience, and sort of gave Dan this picture of these hanging walls with large sort of blown up images on, and said, I want this to happen at the wedding.
He just said, let this be my project.
He said,
let me do this.
Yeah. And he actually built, and they're kind of over there. I know you can't see them on the camera, but they're these large sort of white walls, wooden. I think they're probably about 8 feet tall by 4 feet wide, and he just built them for this specific purpose, and hung one of the large sort of pictures on each side, and placed them very perfectly around the area so that people could walk through it like it was a gallery.
Yeah, like floating partitions. Just like if you went to an art gallery, you could walk around it.
Orchids sort of hanging off from the ceiling. I mean,
yeah.
it was so like magical. And when I walked up, we had 200 people there waiting to congratulate us and say, "Oh, you're married. This is wonderful." And I didn't look at any of them. I just was looking at the gallery, and I was like, "This is so magnificent. This is the most beautiful thing that I've ever seen." Because it really was what was in her mind was just translated directly into reality, and it was so beautiful. The best way to describe it is that everything happened and we didn't even know it was happening.
Exactly.
And although that may sound like a little ridiculous, as the bride and the groom, that was sort of what Dan set us up to expect and anticipate and sort of held that as a very high standard is, on the day of the wedding, you two shouldn't have to think about a single thing. You shouldn't have to worry about anything. Just know that this is the plan, and if you forget something, don't worry, because we'll remember, and it'll be, magnificent. And honestly, it was a seamless, day. We just went from one thing to the next, and there wasn't a moment where we sort of were like, what's going on here? Is someone on top of this or that? It was executed perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, I was a lot calmer than I expected. As again, all the months of planning, all the work that had gone into this, all of the coordinating with Dan and with his team. I knew all the details, and I thought that I would be kind of all involved in it. But in fact, I think Dan was surprised. I think at one point Dan said he was surprised at how relaxed I was. So, but that shows how much trust I had in him, and how much, I really knew that he'd be able to execute the day, perfectly, which is really exactly what happened. And I mean, there's really not much more we can say. I mean, from the second we walked in to the way the waiters, when people came from the cocktail hour to the reception, instead of having like table numbers, he had each of the waiters standing holding the number, next to the table, which we didn't actually see, but I saw, because we were coming down later, but I had seen pictures of it. It was so impressive, and people were like totally, they were just taken aback exactly with it. Just little things like that are just simple, but really make a statement, and he had all those details covered, and so we couldn't ask for anything better, I don't think. Obviously we couldn't have put on what we put on without Dan, but I definitely involved myself heavily. I think I read every wedding magazine there was on the planet, and I ended up making like this board with clippings and kind of like an inspiration board, which I brought. I think Dan still has it actually, but all that being said, I showed him kind of the idea or the spirit, but really it was Dan and his team, who really brought it to life. And as far as the flowers, he introduced us to Jeff Pennington, who was the florist, and he did a fantastic job. We knew we wanted something generally, like something very modern, something generally like, what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, simple and chic. Yeah, I wanted something very New York, cosmopolitan. So we ended up doing basically like all orchids. But again, we couldn't have imagined it. It was fabulous, and we wouldn't have met someone like Jeff, I think, without Dan. And then as far as the food, that was really an upper crust, the feature. And honestly, I don't think we had a set plan. People talked so much about the food. Usually when I go to weddings, it's like, you had some chicken and some asparagus and some wild rice, and and you just call it a day. You just hope you get some of it down.
To the bar.
Well, exactly.
Really
No, but people really were like, the food was amazing. From the beginning to end to the dessert. And he came up with these little. So like to give you some more detail about the food, we did like some pasta d'oeuvres, 6 or so pasta d'oeuvres of all varieties, and then we decided to, although we originally wanted to do your typical you could choose fish or steak or whatever it may be, Dan actually counseled us against that. And actually, I thought it was at first I was shocked. I was like, what do you mean? People have to be able to choose what they're gonna eat, Mm-hmm. And he said, when you go to a dinner party, even if it's a 200-person dinner party, you really wanna go and you wanna be a guest and you wanna be told what's being served. And I was like, oh, that's actually sort of genius.
I think the analogy he used was if you show up at a restaurant and they say, just pick a seat, you feel really uncomfortable and you're kind of awkward and you don't know where to sit. But if someone just walks you towards the table and sits you down, you're very happy with that decision.
Right. Yeah.
Even though you didn't.
People like being told what to do, generally.
Play a large role in it.
And of course we had like a vegetarian option, and we ended up sort of balancing it by having kind of a fish sort of course earlier as sort of an appetizer course, and then the main course was filet mignon, and it was fabulous. And I told Stephen, I said, your main job the whole night is to make sure that I sit down and eat, because I knew how good it was from the tasting. And it was great.
One of my groomsmen said that he didn't eat a single thing in his wedding, and he was like, I wish, I was so busy. I was meeting people, I was talking to everyone, shaking hands, dancing. I didn't have anything to eat. And I was like, that's not going to happen at my wedding. Like, this food is too good. I'm going to eat. And so as soon as it was dinner time, we rushed back to our table and sat down and made sure we were served.
The whole meal.